What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So in this video, I want to talk about how the dismissive avoidant showed you who they were in the beginning stages of getting to know them. Now, some of you can probably say you have experienced this and some maybe not. It doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship. It can just be someone who you were getting to know as a friend. But the thing about it is, in the beginning stages, no one is thinking about asking the questions about attachment styles. Like, who's thinking about that? You just kind of find out as you get to know the person. Now, the way the dismissive gets it past you, like it goes completely out of mind, is that they get so caught up in the beginning moments. They pretty much want things to stay that way. And if they can recreate the moments over and over again, they will. You know, to me, they kind of live in a fantasy world of their own, and they want you to be a part of it. But you, being the one who looks at life for what it really is, you know, through the lens of reality, you know that it's not going to always be like that. They're going to be, you know, good and bad times together. There are going to be ups and downs. There are going to be times where you just don't see eye to eye and you just don't get along. There may be breakups, you know, and there may be temporary split ups. But the thing about it is, the DA, they avoid thinking that way because of how it makes them feel. They think with a very immature mindset that you have control over that. And it's like they have grown up in an unstable and maybe toxic environment to believe that, well, as I grow up into an adult, I will make sure that these things don't happen. Not saying that certain things weren't bound to happen as they were, you know, coming up in this environment. Because that's life. It happens to the best of us. It doesn't matter what type of household you were brought up in. The thing about it is, you know, they always put things out of mind in order to make themselves feel good. And they're not thinking about how it can affect the next person by avoiding the possibilities of it happening. They don't do well with conversations about going to the next level and facing different challenges. I mean, it may not be a hard thing to face, but to a DA, it's a new thing to face with another person. And see, they weren't thinking about this when they wanted to be in a committed relationship. All they thought about was how good it felt to finally meet somebody and to be in love again. So you may want to ask some questions like, how are we going to do this and how are we going to do that as far as a partnership, you know. But a DA is pretty cool with separating themselves from you and dealing with things on their own. So it starts to kind of make you feel like you're alone on that. And they don't really have an input on how things should be, how they prefer it to be for the both of you. You know, again, they'll go solo on you real quick. A lot of times, this is when they'll start the ghosting phase. You know, they'll pull back and disappear on you in a moment. I mean, in a minute, just by you asking one question that might make them uncomfortable. And see, again, they come up in an environment to where they have already decided going into adulthood, I will make sure I don't have to ever live in those moments again. But the thing about it is, you're not showing a very mature side of you if you run from things that helps you to grow. You know, those things help you to grow, and they don't look at it as that. They look at it as in a very selfish way, as in saying, well, I don't have to deal with it if it doesn't make me feel good. You know, if it doesn't feel good to me and I kind of feel like it's taking more from me than, you know, it's benefiting me. And actually, it is benefiting you. The thing about it is, it benefits you in a way to where you have to share your life with someone else. See, they didn't talk about how, oh, I don't want to ever live together, or I don't want to share finances. And a lot of people, that's fine. People are good on it, not having joint accounts. Or, I don't feel like I should be responsible for anything dealing with my partner. Especially when there's a male DA. Another way they show you who they are in the beginning is either through physical or verbal communication. And the thing that makes them more comfortable. And if a DA shows you that they're more comfortable with you through a physical communication, touch and intimacy, then they're kind of showing you what they're all about, the things that pleases them the most. Not the only thing, but the most. And if there's the kind that likes to talk, to where they kind of, they have a chip on their shoulder. And it's always, poor me, I had a rough life, I've been there, done that, I've overcome so much, I'm so strong, things like that. They will never meet another one like me. There'll never be another one like me. People who kind of think highly of themselves. There are some DAs who are like that. It's like they need you to keep them on that pedestal and be that constant reminder, yeah, you are the man. Like they need you to always put them up to a higher place, to the point where they forget about you. So again, and then the physical communication. It's like, okay, we have time for that. There is time for that. Obviously, we're in a relationship. There will be intimacy. There will be a lot of physical communication. There will be a lot of closeness and bonding and, all of that goes along with the relationship. But it's like once they show you that part of them that is pleased after everything and over all things, don't ignore it. Because they're going to show you, they're going to constantly remind you, well, you know what I was about in the beginning. You know what I liked. And it's not so much as, what they like, because you may like it as well, but it's a time for that. That can't be the end all be all to everything. It can't be like a solution to a fix that you don't even need, if that even makes sense. Like, so they live in a very fantasy world, again, a very immature mindset. If they can just stay in that good, safe place, they will be there forever. I mean, they will pretty much see you as being the love of their life, as long as you're not requiring more from them. As long as you contribute to keeping them in that safe place, make sure they feel good at all times, then it's something that can last forever with the DA. Now, that's not fair to you. It's not fair to you at all. One, you didn't talk about a lot in the beginning that should have been, revealed about them and their attachment style. But again, who's thinking about that? But when it does come to mind, they should have been open to give you a little insight on who they are, as far as what they expect out of their partner and what they're willing to give. They should have been more open to compromising, to pleasing their partner, to being a protector, to just showing up with their end of the bargain without feeling like, it should be transactional. They love to kind of keep score on things because, again, it has a lot to do with the upbringing and feeling cheated. So they go on through life thinking that I have to make sure that I'm not cheated, that it's fairness. And you can show them fairness, from the very beginning, and they're going to always hold you to it. Like, they will never really trust you. So that starts to show that insecure side of them. So not only that they're insecure, they're selfish. There's no growth and development in a mindset of an adult who thinks that everyone is out to get them and they're bigger than compromising when it comes to pleasing their partner and showing up in ways, that shows how much they cherish their relationship and they want it to last. They don't really do well with that type of communication. Again, it's either physical communication. They're very good at showing you how well you make them, how good you make them feel. And, and they're good at just kind of bigging themselves up to the point to where you start to look at them funny, like, what did I get myself into? Like, ew, you're turning into that guy, So there's going to be a part 2 to this because I have a lot more to say. But I'm going to end this video in saying, if that doesn't make you feel confident in your relationship and comfortable enough to confront things and say, you know what, I think we need to kind of go back to the drawing board and, redefine what it is that we're looking for in each other. If it doesn't make you comfortable enough to do that, then that's probably not the one for you. Again, we are talking about a dismissive avoidant. And they don't make good partners because of their dismissiveness. The attitude of, just pretty much avoiding what needs to be dealt with. So again, there will be a part 2 to this. I want to go more deep in on the conversation. So thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Leave your thoughts down below, and I will talk to you soon.